Ubuntu comes in two different flavors, the LTS and the Interim. Both options have an installer which you can use to easily install Ubuntu onto your system. Problem with the installer is that it doesn't give you the ability to customize your installation. So what I'm going to be doing next is I will be performing a Bootstrap installation of Ubuntu. And so let's go ahead and get started. So I created this guide here. It's called Installing Ubuntu the Arch Linux Way via Debootstrap. Most of this guide is based off of my first Debootstrap for Debian, with some changes regarding Ubuntu. One of the issues with Ubuntu is that it uses Snap, and because of that, let's see, Firefox and Chrome or Chromium is a Snap package, and it's not really a actual Ubuntu package. So that is one of the difference between Ubuntu and Debian is that Ubuntu defaults to Snap packages, and if you like Snap packages, then Ubuntu is should be a good Linux distribution for you. So, anyways, so I wrote this up here, and let's go ahead and get started here. The first thing you need to do is you need to get the latest ISO, which is here, which is right here. You download one of these, and so I've already downloaded this one here, 24043, and so now I want to boot off the Ubuntu ISO, and I've already set up the VirtualBox here. So let me boot off of this. Okay, oops. No, I gotta reboot. Hold on. Okay, before we get any further here. All right, it says right here that you want to boot into rescue mode because you're going to SSH into the ISO or live CD, whatever you want to call it, and then you can do so that you can do a copy and paste via the SSH client. This is the easiest way to install Ubuntu is through rescue mode, and so that's what I'm going to be doing. All right, so what I want to do here is I want to select this one here, and then hit the letter E for edit, and then I want to get rid of all this stuff here, and then I want to type in single, and then I want to boot Control X, and this will boot into rescue mode. Okay, and then it says press enter for maintenance. Okay, so now we are in rescue mode. So the first thing we need to do is we need to start Network Manager. Next, we need to install SSH. Okay, next we need to permit root login. Now we need to start SSH. Set root password. Grab the IP address. Oh, wait a minute. I need to do this here. I need to set this to a bridge mode so that I can grab the actual IP address and not the VirtualBox NAT IP address. Okay, and I need to restart this. Restart the networking. Okay, now I want to grab the IP address. So it's 100. Okay, and let's see, Ubuntu may automatically mount a swap partition. To disable it, swap off. So we can check here if Ubuntu mounted the swap partition, and it did not, which is good. Okay, so now that I set up SSH on this live CD here, or ISO, whatever you want to call it, connect to this. So let's see, I want this one here. Okay, all right, so now we're connected to the ISO in rescue mode. All right, next up, so now I need to set up the disk layout, so whichever way you want to do it. So let's let me do this here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the first partition as my OS, and then I will set the second partition as my home, which will be encrypted using Luke's. So let's do that. Okay, so I have a 50 gig, and let's see, for Ubuntu, let's see, I want to make this, let's make this 25, and then make the second partition another 25, so 25 even. Okay, that's fine. All right, so next up, we need to format the boot partition. So my boot partition will be the first partition here, this one here. So let me see, extended 4. The L is a label. It'll be labeled OS, and M is reserved for root, and I'll make that 1%. Okay. Okay, EFI, we don't do EFI. So now I'm going to format my home directory using Luke's. So I'll just grab that. Oh, it's important to mention that my setup here, actually, let's see. My setup here does not have a swap partition. So after I successfully install Ubuntu, I will use ZRAM for my swap. So next I need to open. So let's this will be called SDA2. I call it home. Okay. And let's see. And now I need to format, I believe. Yeah, right. So I need to format. Let's see. Whoops. Wait a minute. Sorry, that's my mistake. There you go. It's a good thing that error message came up. Okay, yeah. So there we go. I don't want to format this partition. I actually want to format the Luke's encrypted. So my mistake. There we go. Okay, so there we go. We have the OS here, and we have the home here. Okay, perfect. All right, so now we need to mount. All right, so let's see. So we want to mount everything to this mount point here. So I need to mount the OS, so that would be mount SDA1 mount. Okay, that's my OS. And now I need to mount home. But before I mount home, I need to make the home directory inside this partition here. Okay, let me do a quick list. Okay, perfect. All right, so now I need to mount okay. There we go, 2525. All right, next, install Debootstrap. Let me do a copy and paste. As you can see, the reason why we want to do it this way is because we can do copy and paste. You can actually do the installation through this here, but it becomes a lot harder. This is why I do it this way. Alright, so now that Debootstrap has been installed, we install the base system. And we're going to install Noble. That will be the release. let's skip that. All right, next up, syncing the date and time, and we definitely want to do that. And this actually installs the time sync on the ISO, not the actual system. We want to do that just to make sure that the app update gets the correct date and time for your location. All right, so next up, now we go into the base system. Okay. And you can tell that you're in the base system because of this / here. All right, now we need to edit the fstab. And let me open up my editor. Okay, so I do an lsblk, and I know the OS is this one here. So well, actually, let me do this. Okay. And yeah, that looks correct. All right. Okay, and let me check. There we go. All right, next. EFI, we don't do EFI. And configure the time zone. Okay, and now we install the time sync. Okay. And we'll skip that. Okay, install the locales. Okay. Configure. Okay, and now fill the sources. Okay, and we can check. Okay, and app update. Okay, and now the crypt tab. Let's do all right, so we want this one here. So let me So let's call this 2. C 2. Okay, and let me check. Okay, so that's correct. Okay. Now install the kernel. And since I'm using Luke's, I want to install this one here. Okay. Next, we want to set the host name. And then we want to set up the host file. Alright, so now that the base system has been installed via Debootstrap, we can install additional packages. So Ubuntu, its default networking is NetPlan, so we need to install that. So my options are to install the desktop, one of these desktops, or I can do a manual installation. So let's go ahead and do a manual installation since doing this is pretty easy. So let's do this here. Let's see. If you perform a full desktop environment, if you perform I actually need to change that. If you perform a full desktop environment installation, you won't need to install networking, but other packages may need to be installed. All right, so okay. Now let's install the audio. Okay. All right. And now we install the desktop. And let's install, yeah, let's install XFCE. Okay, so here's your chance to customize your configuration. We'll skip that. This is for dual boot. SSH, that's a good idea. Grub, install grub. Kernel parameters, that's a good idea. So let's see. See, Ubuntu hides the boot menu, so we want to. Well, I want to show it. So I want to disable that, and let me select this one. Okay. Okay, yeah. So I already did this part here. Set root password, no. Set unprivileged user. Okay, we want to sudo. Okay. Keyboard layout. Console font. We'll skip that. EFI, we'll skip that. Install the grub. Update. And then exit. And then reboot. Okay, this is my grub menu. Okay, password. This is for my home. Okay, this is looking good. And there you have it. We have Ubuntu fully installed. And let me check here. Well, actually, let me... Okay, I want to increase the font. Oh, here it is. There we go. There we go. We have Ubuntu fully installed via Bootstrap. And let's see, what else? My disk. So my OS is unencrypted. And my home is encrypted. There you have it. All right, let's see what else. Let's see, networking. Yeah, I think I need to set up the networking. Let me go back here. See this, I believe this is empty. Okay, and no, wait a minute. I should do it here. Oops. Oh, that's right. I can't copy and paste. That's right. I'm in a VirtualBox. Okay, let me do it manually. And let me reboot. Okay, let's see if that works. Try my browser. Oh, wait, I don't have a browser. Yeah, that's right. I don't have a browser. Yeah, in this instruction here, let's see. You can set up. You can use Firefox without Snap using Mozilla's Firefox. Let's. Why don't we do that? Actually, no, that won't work. Okay. So we're going to install Firefox without Snap. So the first thing that needs to be done is disable Snap. Step 2, add pinning. Step 3, install Mozilla key, which will then install Firefox. Actually, let me copy this. And then let me run this. Now it's important to mention that by disabling Snap, you basically disable everything that depends on Snap. So if you need Snap, then you definitely don't want to do this. Okay, let me minimize that. And now I should get Firefox here. Yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of that. There you have it. And let me go. Yep, that's good. Okay, so there you have it. We have Firefox without Snap, and I have successfully installed Ubuntu via Bootstrap. So I was able to customize the disk the way that I wanted it, and install the packages that I wanted. And now everything is working without Snap. And so there you have it. Okay, so thank you for watching.